What's up, guys? Hope you're having a good day. So I wanted to make another video about Juice WRLD, man. I still love Juice WRLD, even after the flop that was Fighting Demons. That's not his fault. You know what I mean? He didn't expect Grade A to put that track list together and release that the way they did. So you can't fault the guy. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that all the songs on there were bad. It's just, it was a bad compilation of songs. They could have done a much better job. I think even his most ardent supporters and biggest fans can admit that, because I'm a huge fan, and I'm going to admit that right now. It was by far his worst body of work that he's ever released. But I don't blame Juice WRLD because he didn't release it. You know, he didn't put it together. I blame Grade A Entertainment. So in this video, basically what I want to do is I want to talk about the future of Juice WRLD's music. What are we going to get next? I think, honestly, it could go one of two ways. Either, because listen, before I get into that, let me say this. Bibby and company know that this was kind of a flop, right? Under 125K sold in the first week, debuted at number 2. After you sell 500,000, that's a huge fall off. So one of two things is going to happen with them knowing that. One, we don't get an album for a long time until they really get things right. I mean, listen, they even butchered the song XO. I think they changed the name to Looking Through My Window or something like that. They literally blanked out the word dick, but left everything else as a cuss word. It's like, what is going on? How do you edit out one of his words? It makes no sense. So there was a lot of flaws of that album. The Justin Bieber feature that they tacked onto the end of Wanted to LA, cutting off the second part of Go Hard, Feline throwing on the two Trippie Redd and Polo G when Yachty had a better verse and he was already on the song to begin with. A lot of issues with that album. And they know that they didn't do a very good job. They'll never admit that publicly, or maybe they will. Maybe one day Bibby will do an interview and he'll say, look, I messed up with that album. He'll probably make an excuse like he was rushed or something. You weren't rushed. You had plenty of time between Legends Never Die and that album to put it out. And no one told you that you had to put out the album. It's not like it was an actual soundtrack to the documentary. It wasn't. It was a completely separate body of work that they just used the documentary to promote it somewhat. So if they tell you it was rushed, that's a lie. Just admit that you messed up on the album. All's forgiven. Just do better next time. You know what I mean? So anyway, where are they going to go from here? Because they know they messed up, and they know they can't afford to have another. Think about it. If they have another 75% decline, because that's what they had. They went from 500,000 to 120,000, 125,000. If that happens again, if they have another 75% decline, we're talking his next album is going to sell, what, like 30,000 copies in the first week, maybe 40,000 copies in the first week. Now that sounds impossible, right? But if you continue to put out lackluster, you know, a lackluster effort and a bunch of leaks that we've already heard, that could potentially get to the point where that's happening. And then it's like, is it even worth putting out the music anymore? Literally, if you're going to sell 25, 30K, there might be a tiny profit there, but it's almost like there's no point even putting it out. So they got to come back strong. So I have a couple thoughts of what's going to happen. And it could go one of two ways. And I don't know for sure which way it's going to go. But I think one of these two things is going to happen. Either they're going to be so scared and so terrified that they did such a bad job, and they're going to want to just forget that the 125,000 ever happened and try to rush out another album. Whether that's The Party Never Ends, whether that's the Outsiders album that was supposed to come out, whether it's a completely new body of work where they just tag on a new name to it, or they're going to say, look, guys, we have to really take our time here. Let's not drop an album at all in 2022. Let's wait till 2023 to 2024 and really get it right. Really, there's no right answer on that. I mean, I feel like the best bet is they should already be back at work on his new album. They should be in the studio right now compiling songs that we haven't heard, that haven't leaked. Because listen, there's 2,500 or more songs. We've only heard about 700 of those. Give us some of the ones that haven't leaked yet, do what you got to do to them, because we won't know, right? They haven't leaked, so we won't be able to say, oh, well, why'd they cut that verse off? Or, oh, why'd they add that guest feature to it? We don't know, because it's not leaked. See the benefit of that as a label, to just put all new songs out? Then we can maybe question, like, man, why'd they put Justin Bieber on it? But we don't know for sure if it was ever anything else. So, honestly, I do probably, just from a Juice WRLD legacy standpoint, they should probably wait till 2023 to release a new album and really get it right. But they're probably going to put something out in 2022, and I think it's going to be quicker this time. It's not going to be a full year and a half. I think they're going to probably try to get something out in the summer. Probably Party Never Ends, but who knows? So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think they butchered Fighting Demons? What do you think's next for Juice WRLD? Do you think he has a new album coming out soon? And do you think they're going to get it right this time? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Give me a like, let me know in the comments, all that stuff, and I'll talk to you guys later.